How do you go about being more intentional?
Winning is about accomplishing your goal. If you say you're going to accomplish it, if you accomplish it, you win. If you don't accomplish it, you lose. That's it. No philosophy, no science. If you say you're going to do something, you don't do it, you lost. You're a loser until you do the winning habit, until you perform the winning behavior, and until you receive the winning outcome. Winners win, losers lose. It's very simple, bro. You do it or you don't do it.
And what do you think about purpose? Do you think everyone is given a unique gift that they are on the journey of uncovering? Or do you think that is their gift is discovered through experience? Or do you think there is no gift? You are thrown into different facets of life, and then whatever you develop and become the best at, that's the path that you go down.
I guess purpose is whatever you want it to be. You can have a deep intrinsic purpose and you can have a very shallow basic one. If your purpose is to have a great life and you don't care about money, then your life will portray that. If your purpose is to help a lot of people and you want to make money in order to do that, then your life will portray that. If you want to be a family man and that's your purpose, then your life will portray that. There isn't necessarily a right or a wrong when it comes to purpose. It all comes down to, is your life purpose driven? What is purpose? Goal. Goal orientation, right? Do you have somewhere that you're headed? Most people find themselves in a place of distress because they find themselves in a place of limbo. They don't know where they're going. If they just had something, even that's why people find so much confidence and so much, mental stability in the gym, because it's something that they can look forward to, that they know it exists, that they can accomplish. But it's a great stepping stool. It's a great beginning point. But you have to have that purpose, that goal setting in order to be able to navigate life. Purpose is extremely important because it gives you aim, it gives you direction.
Yeah, I think it was Aristotle or Seneca or something that said that the man who knows not where he goes, no wind is favorable, right? So you have no idea if an opportunity comes to you, but you don't know where your purpose is heading, you don't know if that opportunity is good or bad for you, because you don't have any idea where the port you're sailing to. So yeah, I think also purpose is discovered through experience, but your intuition is always telling you what your purpose is. So that would be my next question. What do you think intuition is?
These are crazy questions. Intuition, yeah, your ability to perceive. Your ability to be aware of the information that's around you.
Yeah.
However sensitive you are to the information is determined on whether your receiver of information, which we were talking about, the brain, the mind, you as an individual, is full of static, or if it's ready to receive information. That's why prayerful states, are so revered, because you are positioning yourself to receive inspiration and things of this nature. Yeah, it's a tough one, bro.
Yeah.
You're asking me some deep questions. I like it.
Yeah, I think intuition is our sixth sense, and the senses are not exactly to be trusted, because we know that, for example, with our vision, we can only see 0.1% or something of the light spectrum. So that's proof enough that you can't trust your senses. But I do believe your intuition is your sixth sense. That's always talking to you through the layers of your programming that's been installed in your mind. And it's just about chipping away. I think it's Michelangelo who speaks about the angel that's in the marble block, and he already sees it before he starts carving. And I think it's the same with yourself. It's the same with your purpose. It's already inside of you, but you just have to chisel away the programming and the layers. And everything comes down to programming, layers, programming. You're just a collection of experiences. So intuition is really the one thing you can only trust, in my opinion. Do you think intuition can be altered? Do you think other people can?
100%.
Yeah?
Yeah, you can disrupt intuition by confusing people. Absolutely, happens all the time. That's why most people live unhappy lives.
Well, happiness. You touched on it on a episode I saw recently. What do you think about happiness? What do you think? And you said in the episode that, what if we were not here to be happy? Can you expand on that?
Yeah, life is a full range of emotions. You're not here to pursue happiness. It's not that experiencing happiness isn't something that you shouldn't want more than experiencing pain. Obviously, I'm going to want pleasure more than I want pain. It only makes sense. But life is a range of emotions.
Yeah.
To not want to experience something, one, is inevitable. But two, it's the fear of the pain that comes attached to that you don't want. When you understand that that's naturally a part of life, you embrace it and you navigate through it because that's what life has to offer you. And the fact that you're alive and you get to experience it is the gift, whether it at the time seems enjoyable or not.
Do you think people are wrong for chasing happiness?
I mean, it's a fleeting thing. You can chase it. You chase things that you can't catch. You don't chase things that belong to you.
Yeah.
Right? So people chase happiness because they think that that's what they need, when in reality, happiness is just a byproduct of becoming the best version of yourself. So instead of chasing the emotion, become the type of person that is experiencing that emotion, and you can be in that state more consistently.
And people would link generally happiness to a lot of money or a lot of fame, right? That's what people generally lean towards. What do people not know about having the money and how it doesn't really fulfill you in terms of the
It's
happiness?
not the money. You know, what is money? What is fame? It's just leverage. What people want is leverage. Leverage to be able to do what they want, say what they want, have what they want whenever they want. Freedom. That's what people want. Today, we just happen to have different tools in order to get them. But once again, 500 years ago, I could have all the money in the world. A warlord could come in, take over my land, and no amount of money would take care of me. He would just take it and pillage it. So money isn't necessarily the ultimate beacon of what people are actually looking for. People are looking for leverage to become free. And you don't need much to be free. You don't need much in order to have leverage. You need to have financial stability, not be in debt, have net positive income versus your expenditure, and give yourself this time, space, freedom to be able to create, think, and find solutions to new possibilities and find alternatives to a better life. It's about removing the static. That's the freedom. That's the freedom. You can do it and achieve it with very little. The peasants back in the feudal age, they only worked 140 days out of the year. When we call people peasants here, they get mad. They're working more than the peasants used to. It's even worse.
Wow. Is fame something that you, now being in the position that you're in now, I think you're quite well positioned in terms of fame. You have a lot of leverage. Do you think now, past this point where you're at, if you continue to grow, you think it's going to start having some more negative effects than positive effects?
Depends on if I'm ready for it. You know, it all depends on if you can handle the pressure, you can handle the heat. It's what it takes to get to the top, you know. There's people fighting for it.
There's a theory I learned about recently called a panopticon, and it's the way a prison is set up, right? And they have a central tower, and then the guard is in the center of the tower, and all the cells are surrounding it, and the guard has a light that he shines on all the people. So the prisoners can't tell when they're being looked at. So that means they alter their behavior at all times to behave. And that's what some people have compared fame to. So when you're in the public eye, you have to alter your behavior at all times. Do you feel that way?
No, you just have to make sure that the person that's in front of the camera is the person that's behind the camera. Most people are just fake.
Agreed.
There you go. So just don't be fake.
Yeah.
You have nothing to hide, you're chilling.
And related to that is, that's how I feel like the government operates, is we police ourselves through fear. So it's kind of like becoming the invisible eye, like George Orwell's 1984. How much do you think that concept of we're being watched and digital surveillance and whatnot, I heard you speak about something about China recently. How much do you think that's going to come into play, firstly, in the Western world, and how do you think it affects our behavior?
I mean, most people are slaves. Most people are NPCs. Most people operate on autopilot. Most people are out here doing and saying what other people have told them to do and say. So in the future, if we assume that people are not going to act the same way that they did in COVID, is a fallacy. Most people forget, most people are stupid, and most people repeat the same behavior and action that the government tells them to do. That's how they're programmed. So for the mass majority of people, You know, unless they've already woken up to the COVID scam, you know, they're probably going to fall for the next one. So I'm just hopeful for the people that are now realizing all the BS and the nonsense that's taking place in the system. But for the ones that haven't woken up to it yet, I don't know, man. Not very hopeful.
Do you think that Big Brother digital surveillance is coming here?
It's coming, bro. That's why, like I said, I'm not hopeful, because they pandered and they caved to every single demand. Which means once digital surveillance rolls in, these are going to be the first people to adopt it. In Germany, that's what they did. You had to be triple vaccinated, digital ID in order for you to eat at a fucking restaurant. It was unacceptable. But most people agreed to it. You know, it is what it is. Nazis do what Nazis do.
I think it's undeniable, especially with AI and whatnot.
So what do you have to do? Get rich. Moral of the story here, ladies and gentlemen. Seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and then all the rest of the things will be added unto you. Divine mindset first.